so honored to have the opportunity to introduce the next host of this. Without further ado, my friend, my mentor, Mr. Fred Minnick.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is good to see you. You look great. The brands that you see up here have entered to compete in my Blind Bourbon Live here at Bourbon and Beyond. The one that I pick, it's up here somewhere. I don't know which one it is, but the one that I pick as best will be best in show for Bourbon and Beyond. And after I choose it, there's going to be someone come out there with the bottle for you to taste. So first of all, we have Ass Pocket Whiskey. Crazy name, but I had it with Derek Trucks on stage a couple days ago. It's very good. We got a Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Rye, the Bourbon and Beyond pick. Have you tasted this one yet? It's very good. We have Chicken Cock. How many sophomore kids do we have out there that are like, one to chuckle saying, ha ha ha, Chicken Cock? Right? Funny name. Actually goes back to the 1800s, a historic brand name. We got Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B524. B524 Barrel Proof. And if you all know my palate, you know I usually like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. It's very good. We got Golden Sheaf. Golden Sheaf was on stage with me earlier at the Big Bourbon Bar. It is very tasty. This is an 11-year-old blend of bourbon. I'm excited to see where it sits. And then Rabbit Hole, like, you know, is like, we're going big or we're going home. So they enter their Cave Hill, Derringer, the Boxer Grail, and High Gold. So Rabbit Hole has been coming on strong the last couple years. I'm very excited to see how they do here. And of course, their Founders Collection as well. This one has been in my top 100 the past 2 years, so we'll see. We'll see how it fares. And then we have 2 single barrels from Old Forester. Any Old Forester fans in the house? Oh shit, that sounds like a fan favorite. Watch out, Jack Daniels. Larceny Barrel Proof A124. Now I will tell you, this one has already won a blind bourbon for me this year. This has already won one. Last year, Larceny came in second and third in my top 100. So you're looking at something that's definitely going to be a contender here. And then Angel's Envy Bottle and Bond, which I tasted, and it sure is nice. It's the best thing that I think Angel's Envy has put out in a long time. Now, a little bit about myself and how the hell I got to drink bourbon for a living. I'm going to tell you about that, but I also want to tell you just a touch little history of bourbon, because I think bourbon is a whole lot better if you know how important it is to your state's economy, to the country's economy, and of course for the children. I'm going to tell you now. So, bourbon has been influenced by George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, President Taft. It's been influenced by JFK. It's been influenced by every president, by every Congress since we became a country. Our country's very first Consumer Protection Legislation Act for food, the Bottled and Bond Act, was passed to make sure that people drank bourbon that was not tainted with bad stuff. The Pure Food and Drug Act, which everybody knows about today as the FDA. The Pure Food and Drug Act was the precursor to the FDA. You're cheering for the FDA? The Food and Drug Administration? Okay. How about it for the FDA? No, I don't, usually when I do these, I don't get cheers for the FDA. They're like, screw those guys. But the precursor to the FDA was the Pure Food and Drug Act. And that was because you had whiskey dealers that were going around and saying that if you drank their whiskey, you would live to be 162 years old. They could cure cancer, gout, the flu, and my favorite, they claimed they could cure ugliness with their whiskey. Right? I mean, they weren't wrong. I mean, my wife married me because of it. But the government was like, no more of these false medicinal whiskey claims. Let's protect the American consumer. President Taft, the president that's known for getting stuck in a bathtub, right? Big guy. He actually defined bourbon. He gave bourbon its very first federal definition in 1909. And that still largely stands today. And to be bourbon, it must be predominantly corn. There's a lot of distillation stuff to it, but it always must go into a new charred oak barrel. You see those barrels all leaning up against out there? My man out there in the black shirt there, give me a kick on that barrel right there. Can you give me a kick on that barrel? That's right. That's a real barrel that held whiskey. That right there is why bourbon is unique. It's different than other styles of whiskey. Irish whiskey, Scotch whiskey, Canadian whiskey. They're all going into used barrels, often used bourbon barrels. So bourbon is the only whiskey in the world that must go into a new charred oak barrel every single time. And that's what gives it all those flavors, the aroma, and the color. And in 1964, Congress declared bourbon to be a unique product of the United States. That means no other country in the world can make bourbon. If another country made bourbon, the United States government would go after them. And if you are negotiating a free trade agreement with the United States of America, by God, you must adhere to our terms and standards of what is bourbon. So, why is it the government cares so much about the whiskey you drink that they're willing to pass so many laws and to make sure that it must be made in the United States? Why is that? Taxation! They want their VIG. They want that money. And in fact, 60% of every one of these bottles up here, if you were going to a liquor store and buy it, the cost that came out of your bank account to get that bottle, about 60% of it would be because of the taxes. And y'all get this, a lot of those taxes are earmarked for the roads and the schools of where it's made. So today what we're doing, whenever you buy bourbon out here or in the liquor store, you're helping the children of Kentucky. How about it for the children? All right, y'all, my name is Fred Minnick, and this is Blind Bourbon. What I do here is I'm going to taste all 15 of these, and I'm going to rank them. I'm going to call it down to the top 5, and I'm going to pick my favorite, the best in show. As I said, you are going to get to taste the winner. If you're so lucky and close enough to the crowd, I'm sure they're going to come out over there with the bottle, or maybe up here, but you will get to taste the winner. So bear with me as I go through this. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story and how I started tasting bourbon. I've been doing this for almost 20 years now. I write books about bourbon. I do TV shows about bourbon. All I do is drink bourbon and talk about it. And it's my absolute honor to be up here with you today. Thank you all so much for being here. I love you all. Let's do blind bourbon. All right, everybody. Let's start with glass A. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm analyzing the color. When it went into the barrel, it was clear as the water from your tap. And every single day it was working in and out of that wood. It got all that color from there. Bringing it to my nose. Okay, so this has a lot of sweetness to it. A lot of vanilla, a lot of caramel. One of the reasons why we smell alcohol is to make sure there's nothing bad associated with it. I'm on a show called Moonshiners. You all know that show? Well, whenever I'm on that show, someone will show up at my doorstep and say, hey, will you try my shine? And I'll smell it and like, well, this smells like turpentine. I don't think I'm going to drink it. So smelling alcohol can save you from drinking something that's going to hurt you. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit on my tongue. And I'm going to focus on the part of the tongue that I feel it most prominently. Now, this is a technique that I learned when I got home from Iraq. I'm an Iraq war veteran. Do we have any other veterans in the house? Welcome home, brother. Thank you for your service. I just spilled half this glass on my pants. That's because I was excited about you being a veteran. Well, not that excited. But thank you to all my fellow veterans out here. But when I got home from Iraq, I was like a lot of soldiers. I really struggled. I didn't know if I was going to jump off a bridge, become homeless, or hurt somebody and end up in jail. So I got in therapy, and not too far from here, the Louisville VA saved my life. I got in therapy. If there's anyone here that helps veterans, thank you. The Louisville VA saved my life, but I got to this point where, you know what? I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm not going to end up in jail. I can hold a job. I can do everything that I need to do to live and have a good time. But I'm not really happy. So my therapist, she introduced a technique to me called taste mindfulness. And it started out with a barbecue potato chip. And she said, put this chip on your tongue, close your eyes, and I want you to crunch it. And first of all, I got to be honest with you. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Am I about to eat a chip in therapy? What's going on here? And I close my eyes and I start thinking about how the salts and the sugar separate. And I start thinking about how all the flavors in the chip are different and how the contours of the chip are different. The texture is different on every part of my tongue, and it completely changed my life. Now, the whole point of that was to connect my brain to my palate and keep me from thinking about a sniper being over there or the fact that that trash can might be an IED. It was basically to get me to think about the moment and practice mindfulness, whether I'm tasting or I'm touching something or smelling something. Always be mindful of where you are, your surroundings, and what you feel. That sensation helped me take the next step in my life. But little did I know, it also showed me that I had a real palate and I could taste things. So I started tasting bourbon like I was in therapy. So when I tell you that bourbon helped save my life, I truly mean it. All right, so I'm gonna get to it now. So this Glass A, I've already spent a lot of time with it on the nose. I'm gonna put it on the palate. It's got a real incredible like cherry cola note to it. Anybody like cherry cola? Any Shasta fans in the house? It's got, there was a Shasta cherry cola once, which we didn't grow up poor, but we didn't grow up with money. We had Shasta money. This is taking me back to like a nice Shasta cola when I was a kid. That's gonna be hard to beat. I like it. All right, let's go to Glass B. Yep, that's Glass B. Oh, it's a big difference in nose. Glass A was real sweet. This is more earthy. Earthy, like, my goodness. Little leather in there. Anybody get leather in their whiskey when they smell it sometimes? People often wonder, they always ask me like, well, what kind of leather are you using? I was like, I grew up around horses, man. Everyone always takes it the wrong way. Okay, so the leather note here is really dominant. There's a lot of earth to it. All right, Glass B. Glass B is a very elegant, very floral, very leathery. I got to take these notes here so I remember. Glass B is a very elegant, very floral, very leathery. I got to take these notes here so I remember. And you do not want to read my handwriting. All right, I'm going to rinse my palate out. Anytime you're doing a tasting like this, you got to know your palate. You got to know when you got to rinse it. You also got to know when you've had too much. I'm only 2 in. I'm not there yet. All right, let's go to Glass C. Oh, man. Molasses. Any molasses fans in the house? A little almond butter in there, too. Damn, that one's good. Glass C is really good. I do want to tell you that when we were setting this up, I wanted there to be like, I wanted you all to have a way of knowing what I was tasting, but there was no way of, guaranteeing that we wouldn't have a heckler out there that would shout them all out and screw it up. So you can thank my team for blocking that, but I really wanted you to have it. Who would have been the heckler, though? Who would have been the heckler that would have, like half the crowd? So that was it was a good call. All right, so this Glass C and A are pretty similar. They both hit my palate about the same way, but the notes are drastically different. On one side, I'm getting cherry cola glacé. On C, I'm getting molasses. And B, I'm getting real elegant leather. So you see, we have three very different styles here of whiskey. But Glass C is definitely delicious. All three have been delicious. This is not going to be easy. All right, let's go to Glass D, as in Delta. Oh man, that's nice. All right, D is basically like a vanilla superhighway. So just imagine like a nice vanilla cake coming out of the oven. That put that white frosting on there. That's what this smells like. This is gonna be so hard. This is so good. All right. So D, I'm gonna stay with the cake. I'm gonna keep it real simple. I'm gonna say vanilla cake batter. Probably like a birthday cake. You know where you go to like get the Dippin' Dots birthday cake? All right, I got a lot to go through here, so I'm gonna go to Glass E now. This is our first one to have chocolate on the nose. And sometimes when you smell chocolate, it can be very oaky on the palate, so it's not always a good thing when I smell it on the nose. I'm very sensitive to oak. Like, that's one thing I would say is different for me than some of my colleagues, is that if something's over oak, like Pappy 23 year, I very rarely like Pappy. I think 23-year-old Pappy is far too over oak for me, but a lot of people love it, which is why they're spending $6,000 on it in the secondary market. Okay, it's not over oak. It is very nutty though. So E, let's make sure I got the right letter there. E has like a lot of almonds and pecans. I want to even say praline. So if we have any folks here from New Orleans, we got some New Orleans folks? You know those pralines that you all are selling on the streets? E's got a lot of that going on. All right, so let's go to F. Okay, we have another example of vanilla, a lot of vanilla on F. There's like a hint of like pine, like cedar, like some kind of like tree sap, but not oak. Maybe even a shrub. There is some oak on F. F has a little new oak to it, but it's got some rosemary that comes in after it. I think F could be a very good cocktail bourbon. I think it could be a very good party starter, but I think it might be one of those that's muscled out with what we've had previously. Now let's go to G. G definitely smells like it might be a little bit lighter on the fruit-wise or on the palate, but it's not. It's bringing up a little bit of. It's got some like hints of like brown sugar and like some kind of herb. Like the kind you might be carrying with you out here at the festival. There's so this is very herbal. This has got like a dirtiness to it. What I mean by that, it's got little hints of dirt. And dirt is not a bad note. I mean, you sometimes still have it like on mushrooms or your carrots or something. So like as kids, we ate dirt all the time, or I did. And so it's got a lot of earthiness to it. So I think that this falls, G is one of those that falls into a different style. And if you were in mood for G, this is probably going to be the best whiskey on the flight. If you're not in the right mood for G, it's probably going to get its butt kicked. I don't know where I'm at right now. I got to taste the rest of them, but G may be in the running or it may not be. Okay, so here's H. Well, hello, H. Where you been? What you do? I keep spilling the bourbon. I promise you, I didn't drink before I got on stage. He's like, yeah, whatever, dude. Whatever. Okay, this has got some like more herbal to it. Oh, damn. That's packing a lot of goodness in it. It's got like an oatmeal cookie.
Over here on the keys from Portland, Oregon.
Oatmeal cookie and herbs. Who has who reaches for an oatmeal cookie after they've had some herbs? All right. So H is your jam. So we're going to go to I now. I'm hearing a lot of talk about Oklahoma. That's where I grew up. I went to Oklahoma State. I moved here to Kentucky in 2005. So next year will be 20 years that I've lived in Kentucky. And that was to be here with the woman who is now my wife. I had my beautiful wife and my 2 kids here yesterday. We were backstage and they were wrestling the whole time. But my youngest son, Julian, actually took the microphone from me and he walked around the audience and interviewed people. So you can go to my Instagram and check out my son asking people what his favorite color is. It's a good time. Let's go to glass I. I just caught a fresh whiff of the marijuana from back over there. So I'm going to do that again. That was you? Or that was one of the glasses? Okay. Actually, I think it might be the backstage area here. Are you guys? Uh-huh. Yeah. I saw your little pipe. It's all good. It's not legal here, you know, but it's still cool. It's okay. All right, we don't care. Oh, man. Okay, so this is not an insult, but this kind of has like this rubbery smell to it. Have you ever been like into a tire shop and you walk into a tire shop, smell it? That's not necessarily an insult on a whiskey, but it's a note that you need to kind of focus on. Sometimes you'll smell things and then you taste it, and it's not anywhere there. It could just be the alcohol strength. But after that, I get some like sweet notes, like a little caramel. But I got to be honest with you, eyes, nose, the taste better be better than the nose. Let's see. Okay, it is. It's deep on the palate. It's got like a chocolate chip cookie to it, but I can't, there's like an acetone, there's something there, some kind of like, something in this that's making me smell rubber and giving me kind of like an astringent aftertaste. So I'll taste it again later, but you know, again, I'm gonna break this down to the top 5, and I don't know if I will get there. So now we're gonna go to J. Pretty sure that's after I. All right. Here we go with glass J. Okay. Oh boy, this has got to be a ride. You got dill pickle. You got all kinds of herbs. You got like a pretty good Tuesday night going on right here in this glass. I like Jay. And sometimes when you do a blind tasting, it can be the position of the glass and how well you like something. But I've been tasting a lot of smelling a lot of herbal things that are not delivering on the herbs on the palate. And Jay delivers the herbs on the nose and the palate. And that's very exciting for me. I don't know what Jay is or where it's going to finish, but I really like Jay. I've liked pretty much everything on here. There's only one glass that I felt was below my expectations so far. But let's go to Kay. By the way, there's someone I want to give a shout out to in the audience. It's my jiu-jitsu instructor over here, Garrett Watson. Will you raise your hand, Garrett? A lot of you all know I went down the jiu-jitsu rabbit hole, and that's my main guy right there. He chokes me about three times a session or so. Getting less, but I owe him a lot. I've lost 40 pounds through jiu-jitsu and have kind of found that warrior mentality again from my military days. A little love to Garrett out there. Which, by the way, if you would like to come train with me at Made Fitness, all you got to do is go to Made Louisville, Google Made Louisville, and come, let's have some fun. All right. Glass K. Glass K. Oh, this smells like something I want to have at a biker bar. Which I've never understood the biker bars. They drink and then they drive. They get on their bikes and they drive better than they did before. How is that possible? I guess we shouldn't talk drinking and driving here. That's very irresponsible. Do not do that. But this smells like trouble. Glass K smells like, you're gonna end up on the bar and in the concrete later. All right. Oh man. Yeah, I really dig K. K tastes like a candy bar you left in your car overnight, and it got in some of the flavors of your car, and you shouldn't need it, right? You shouldn't need it, but you're hungry, and you're gonna drink it or eat it anyway. So K is something you shouldn't probably like, but you're like, damn, I like this. It's good. It's a dirty candy bar I left on the floor. Not that I eat those on a regular basis. But let's be honest, who's eating a candy bar off the floor? All the men raise their hands. The women just are not admitting it. Okay, you got it. All right. Dirty candy bar. I love it. Actually, that's not a note I've had before, I don't think. All right, I just got a whiff of diesel come in. Do you all smell that? Yeah, that's going to have an impact on me. Sorry about that, Elle. Going to have to really put my nose in there to not... the diesel's pretty strong. Wow. Okay. This definitely has some like confectionery stuff. So like if you were to go into like a bakery when they're making all of their treats, brownies, sugar cookies, it's just kind of like that amalgamation of sweet. Ale is very interesting. It definitely has like that herbal candy, maybe like a Ricola. You know that flavor Ricola without that like medicine-y taste. So when you have a Ricola, there's a real nice flavor that's somewhat semi-sweet That is there in glass L. I really dig L. Let's go to M. All right. Oh boy. Oh boy. Sometimes you smell something and it just kind of grabs your nose, wets your palate for what you're about to taste. Y'all, I think it might be M. Oh boy. Caramel, vanilla, molasses, sugarcane, like sugarcane field, brown sugar, butter. Good Lord. If M ain't right, I don't want to know what is. Holy cow. Wow. M is just, it's everything that you dream of in American whiskey. It has all the sweet notes, has some spice to it. There's a big hunk of cinnamon there coming in toward the end. It's gorgeous. Sweet and spice. All right, let's go to N. Oh, wow. I really smell I smell like cotton candy at a fair, you know, but I got to get my nose really deep in there. All right, to my palate. Yeah, there's a really gorgeous cotton candy note here. There's also like a candied almond, you know, or a candied pecan. This N basically tastes like a fair. Minus the carnies trying to get you, you know, who haven't bathed in 2 weeks. All right, so here we go. Going to go to O. Which, by the way, anyone blood O? Anyone got blood O type out here? All right, I might need you later. Oh, this smells nice. Actually, this reminds me a little bit of M. But tastes nothing like M. Holy shit. This is a big old, this is very spicy. O is basically like you just got a little canister of cinnamon and stuck your tongue in there, and then you got a jalapeno and you bit it raw. So we'll just say it's super spicy. I mean, I like my whiskey spicy from time to time. How about you? You like spicy stuff? You like spicy in your bourbon? What are you normally drinking? Old Granddad. Oh, that's good whiskey right there. So let's get to our last entry here, Glass P. And as a reminder, whatever wins here, they're going to come out in the crowd and let you have a sip, if there's any left. Glass P. Well, I'm glad Glass P entered last second. Would have been nice to have the bottle before, but hey, you know, Bourbon Beyond. So this is a very sweet smelling maple syrup like I'm about to get some pancakes. Honestly, this tastes like Gatlinburg. You ever gone to Gatlinburg and all those pancake houses? Yeah. Yeah, this tastes like going to Gatlinburg. Minus the fear of a black bear, you know, attacking your car. So I'm glad P entered. That's it's actually going to be probably in consideration. So I got to go through my notes here. I'll try to talk with you all while I'm doing it. But for P, I'm going to just write down Pancake Mania. All right, so I'm going to go through these and give them a score, and then I'm going to choose 5, and then like a best in show. Ready? Let's do this. A, cherry cola was my note. Remember that. I'm going to go with 91. 91 on A. On B, I said leather, elegant. '87. C, I said molasses. '92 on C. 92 on C. D, I said vanilla cake. Dippin' Dots, birthday cake. '90 on D. On E, I said chocolate, almond, praline. '89 on E. On F, I said rosemary. Okay, that's F. '88 on G. On G, I said herbal, dirt, earth. I also said you got to be in the mood for it. I'm in the mood for it. 91. H. I said oatmeal, cookie, herbs. Specifically, I said being on herbs and having an oatmeal cookie. '84 on I. Deep on the palate, chocolate, a little less stringent. 90. J. I said dill. '89. K. K, I said dirty candy bar that you left in your car. Where's my dirty candy bar club? Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Well, it's not going to make the show. 86. L, very sweet. Ricola. Ricola. 93. Really like that one. How many of you are surprised I'm still standing? Yeah? I do this for a living, sir. Glass M. Holy shitballs, that's good. 96. 96 on M. Glass N. I said fair notes. I had to do a double take on that. '88. And then O, I said spicy. Damn, that sumbitch is spicy. Woo! Yeah, scrape my tongue after that. I'm going to go 93. I like it that much. On P, I said pancake. And you remember, this was a late entry, right? I like P a lot, y'all. I'm going 92. So, advancing to the top 5. All right. Gonna do some of my math here. can you do a little quick check here? Make sure I got this right. You may have noticed I have been drinking a little bit. I want to make sure I get this right. So congratulations to the other contenders. You all did well. But now we come down to, we have O, M, L, C, and P. All right, so I'm going to taste these real quick and put them in my top 5. Are you ready? All right, so I'm just going to taste. You guys just hang out for a second, and then you're going to get to drink the winner, or some of you will. But you all find out what the top 5 were. I will be airing this on my YouTube channel later on for you to see how it all went down and how badly I likely screwed up on all of this. So cheers to that. Ready? Here we go. The more I taste pee, the more I like it. Okay. I understand how that might be funny. I can see that trending from time to time. And it does come up every now and then on my Instagram reels. I drink pee. That's not cool. You shouldn't drink pee. I don't think that's right. Wait, you drink pee? He's not denying it. Okay, we're going to C. This ain't easy, y'all. C's nice too. Putting L forward because it's better than P and C. Glass M. Putting that forward. Glass O. So, in 5th place will be glass C. In 4th place will be glass P. In 3rd place will be glass O. And now, I will do a taste-off between M and L, which I scored 96 with M, 93 with L. The differences in my original notes: sweet and spicy for M, very sweet with Ricola on L. And if you're wondering if my palate is shot at this point, it's not. All right, start with M. Some bitch, that's good. That's good whiskey right there on M. All right. L is really good too. Like, amazingly good. This is not easy. I'm gonna go off and finish. All right with that? I have an idea of where the L finishes on my tongue. I didn't really give M a chance to finish on this one. I think there might be an upset here, because when I originally tasted M, I thought for sure it would be the winner. But when I came through on this side of the tasting, on the finals, I'm kind of leaning toward L. I'm going to taste L one more time to make my decision, but I think it's going to be L, y'all. Not that you have any fucking clue what I'm tasting. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Your champion, your best in show for Blind Bourbon Live at Bourbon and Beyond is Glass M. So can we get the big reveal now? All right. So what was Glass C? Oh, Angel's Envy. Bottled and Bond wins 5th place for Best in Show at Bourbon and Beyond. What was Glass P? Oh, Small Distillery out in the Bardstown area. Montrode wins 4th. This is the one that came in last minute, right? Yes. Oh, that's incredible. Good whiskey. Pancake House right there. All right, and coming in 3rd, Glass O. An Old Forester single barrel, which you can have here, right? You can have it here? Yep. You can find it here on site? Well, actually, you can find all of it on site. All right, and 2nd place, we have Glass L. And another Old Forester. Oh, no way. So coming in first, winning for like, really a lot with me lately. Larceny, A124, is your champion of Blind Bourbon Live at Bourbon and Beyond. We're going to start pouring for you, if you don't mind. Come on up here, and we'll give you a little taste. You down with that? Come on up. By the way, this has been Blind Bourbon Live. My name is Fred Minnick. Make sure you check me out on all the social medias. You can also see my fat face over there in the corner. It's been a pleasure tasting with you tonight. Be safe out there, and remember, vodka sucks. Cheers. Absolutely.